the most entitled person you've ever met. I came home from my 24-hour shift at the hospital to an eviction notice taped on my door. I just stared at the words, 60 days to vacate, and felt my heart drop. I'd lived in that apartment for over 10 years. It was clean and close to the hospital and my daughter Lucia's school. What really hit me was that the real estate guy who owned the building had promised me that he would keep it affordable. Said it out loud in a community meeting 5 years ago. Essential workers deserve stability, he'd said with a smile. I called the management company. The woman on the line sounded like a robot. All final, nothing personal. Business is business. I hung up before I started crying into the phone. At the hospital the next day, I found out 5 of my coworkers had gotten the same notice. All of us nurses. 1 EMT, 1 janitor. The real estate guy's company, we'll call him Jared, had been buying up buildings all over the city and flipping them into luxury condos. I tried speaking up at a city council meeting. Jared was being honored as Businessman of the Year. I signed up to speak during public comment. When my time was up mid-sentence, they just turned my mic off. Jared didn't even look at me. The news ran a story about it, called it urban development, a sad necessity. I found out later Jared's company was a big advertiser for that station. My daughter Lucia was 10. That week she started waking up crying from nightmares about being homeless. I didn't even know she'd heard me on the phone trying to find somewhere else to live. Then I remembered that community meeting years ago. I had recorded it on my phone without really thinking. I still had the clip. Jared saying, "This building will stay affordable housing for at least 15 years. I brought the clip to his office. His assistant Jessica watched it and got really quiet, then said, "It's not legally binding." Her voice sounded like she didn't believe her own words. I gathered everyone in the courtyard one night. 35 families. There were elderly folks, disabled vets, a couple teachers, a paramedic. Nobody had anywhere to go. A week later, these courtesy inspectors started showing up, writing people up for cracked tiles or not storing trash cans properly. They said those people could be evicted even sooner. My neighbor had a heart attack from the stress. I was on shift when he came into the ER. I took care of him myself. I sat by his bed when the rest of the team moved on. That night I started a social media campaign. I posted about who we were, the lives we saved, the kids we raised, the veterans we honored. It went viral. Jared's lawyer sent me a cease and desist for defamation. I laughed and posted that too. Then Jessica called me. She asked to meet in person. We sat in her car. She told me Jared had always planned to flip our building. He'd lied to residents, lied to city officials. She handed me a folder full of internal emails. That's when I found out Jared needed city council approval for rezoning. That was my shot. I told everyone. We packed the next council hearing. Jared got up there and gave this speech about revitalization and progress. Then I took the mic. I projected photos of every family. I told their stories. Then hospital staff and scrubs came in and lined the room. Silent. Just standing there. I played the recording. Jared's voice promising us 15 years. Then I told them about the empty condos he already owned and the rising homeless numbers. Jessica stood up, walked right to the front, and handed the council members that folder. She looked at me, then walked out. Inside the folder was proof Jared targeted buildings full of essential workers because we didn't have time to fight back, and emails showing he'd bribed 2 council members. Jared lost it. He shouted, "This is how business works." He tried to grab the mic from me. The room exploded. The council delayed the rezoning vote. The district attorney opened a corruption investigation. Jared's development stalled. He might lose it all. I was still tired, still broke, but I wasn't quiet anymore, and neither was my community.